In this episode, I'm going to zip ahead a week and skip past where we cross the infamous Bridge of the Gods, the first bridge to span the Columbia River Gorge and also serve as the final scene in the movie Wild starring Reese Witherspoon. I'll skip over our visit to the Columbia Gorge Museum with its eclectic collections of local Skamania County history, including the world's largest collection of rosaries. I'll skip over our stay at the Deschutes River State Recreation Area, where the Oregon Trail once crossed the Deschutes River. And finally, I'll skip over our visit with family in Spokane. And we're going to jump right into a very popular bicycle trail called the Route of the Hiawatha. It is 6:30 in the morning, and we are off to ride the Route of the Hiawatha. And when I say we, it's John, myself, my sister-in-law, and my niece's husband, Leo. Isabel rides what is that?
Trek Powerfly 4.
Trek Powerfly 4, and Leo is on a Trek something. I don't know, is that the same? Trek Rail?
Trek Rail.
And John and I ride the Specialized Levo SL. The Route of the Hiawatha is one of the most scenic and historic rail trails in the U.S., located in the Bitterroot Mountains on the Idaho-Montana border. 10 tunnels, 7 trestles, and a hefty price. Is it worth it? We'll come back to that at the end. This is the East Portal trailhead.
They have potties in here.
The trail is managed as a fee-use trail by Lookout Pass Ski and Recreation Area in partnership with the U.S. Forest Service. Hence the requirement that all riders purchase a trail pass. Friday through Sunday and holidays, the price is $40 per rider, $36 with a reservation, which includes a shuttle back to the top, whether you use it or not.
Go.
If you want to shuttle an e-bike, then they tack on an additional $15. Monday through Thursday, the price is $20 or $18 with a reservation. The shuttle is an additional $20 or $18 with reservation. There are indeed unofficial entry spots from Forest Service roads, but the pass requirement still applies. Rangers and trail hosts do occasional patrols and can ask to see your pass. Once a year, usually in early June, there is a free ride day. The trail is advertised as 15 miles of mostly downhill. That's actually not accurate. From the East Portal to Pearson, it's just over 12 miles. They say it's 15 miles because the shuttle drops everyone off just short of the Taft Tunnel, which adds on 2 additional miles. So round-trip mileage is closer to 25. I can already feel the blast of cold air coming out of that tunnel. It is going to be cold. The trail was originally part of the Chicago, Milwaukee, St. Paul, and Pacific Railroad, also known as the Milwaukee Road. Completed in 1909, this section was part of a 2,300-mile electrified route through the Rocky Mountains. It was electrified in 1914, a cutting-edge innovation at the time for mountain railroads. The route through the Bitterroots was an engineering marvel with tunnels, switchbacks, and trestles to handle steep grades and rugged terrain. The trail's name comes from the Hiawatha passenger trains, known for their speed and luxury. These trains never actually ran on this route, but the name was borrowed to evoke romance and rail-era nostalgia. Tunnel 20 is the first and longest tunnel on the trail at 1.66 miles long. It's called both the St. Paul Pass Tunnel and also the Taft Tunnel, after President William Howard Taft, who visited the East Portal construction site while serving as Secretary of War under President Theodore Roosevelt. He called the boom town a sewer of sin and a sore on an otherwise beautiful national forest. So the town named itself after him. The town, with between 20 and 50 saloons and who knows how many brothels, was destroyed in the 1910 Big Burn that destroyed over 3 million acres and killed 87 people. My light's not very bright. Don't underestimate how dark, cold, and wet this tunnel is. I recommend the brightest flashlight you can find, and 2 is even better. Mine died on the way back. Oh boy. Okay. Oh, much warmer. Nice waterfall in the rain. Of course it's raining.
Yeah.
So the wait for the restroom at the beginning was really long for us, and it's kind of I don't think it gets cleaned out regularly, but there's a restroom right here as soon as you get outside the tunnel. That's the one to use. And all the shuttle buses are up there. I don't know if they drop you off and you go through the tunnel on the return. Not sure how that works. Today, cyclists come in bright helmets and high-tech bike gear, zipping down the gentle grade of the route of the Hiawatha. The tires crunch gravel. The frigid air of a tunnel wraps around them like a damp blanket. That's amazing. Sounds like a train coming through, doesn't it? I don't think we've gone 3 miles and we've already stopped for snacks.
We stopped for snacks because we're preschoolers.
Most riders barely slow down. There's another tunnel ahead, another trestle, another mile downhill. But if you could stop the rush for a moment and step back more than a century, those quiet clearings along the trail would look and sound very different. Over 100 years ago, this was no bike path. It was a lifeline. A new 1,400-mile extension through remote, mountainous, and geologically difficult terrain was completed across the rugged West. Tunnel number 24, length 377 feet. At places like Falcon Siding, trains slowed to allow other trains going in the opposite direction to pass. Section crews checked the lines, a telegraph connection allowed the train dispatcher to coordinate movements, and local homesteaders could unload supplies. But in the summer of 1910, that siding became a place of salvation. The mountains were bone dry, the air thick with heat. When the Palouse winds came, the forest exploded into flame. At Falcon, the sky turned black at midday. Ash fell like snow. Railroad men knew the fire would outrun any man on foot, but maybe not a train. They worked fast, shoving people into boxcars, coaches, anything with wheels. Then the engineer opened the throttle, driving straight into the smoke, across burning trestles, and into a tunnel. Only foot travel on boardwalk. Okay. This is the Adair Loop area. There's parking here. No camping, but there is a toilet. Leo. Did you see that kid?
Yeah, did he try to ride in between there and his tire went right through it?
Right, yes.
We're gonna have to get a flat on that.
Oh my gosh. Okay, what was that? Number 5? Another tunnel. And is it sprinkling again? I don't know. But not everyone made it. One man, overcome by heat and fear, jumped from the moving train. The fire swallowed him before anyone could turn back. He was buried along the rail line. Oh. Wow. He's got a good view. When the survivors stepped off, the world behind them was gone. Forests reduced to ash, towns erased to embers. Only the rails remained, and the memory of the railroad men who refused to leave anyone behind. Today, cyclists rush past these places, chasing the thrill of the ride. But if you pause, you can find remnants of the past. You might hear the echo of steel wheels, a distant whistle, and the heartbeat of the past still running through these mountains. I don't know what it is. No dogs. It's like, oh, hot dogs. Hot dogs. And then before you know it, you're at the end of the line, or at least for 90% of the people who take the shuttle.
Slime inside a tube, and some of the slime got out and welded everything together so the cap will...
Don't make the mistake of putting anything in a pocket that doesn't have a complete zipper on it. But we opted to ride both directions, and I'm glad we did, because we had a completely different experience. Fewer people, the clouds had cleared, and we took more time to explore the history of the Hiawatha. This is an interesting board because across the valley is where they chiseled out 5 coyote holes, stuffed them with 25,000 pounds of blasting powder, and touched it off. And apparently there was a camp below it, but you can still see some of the rock debris that came down from it. This is cool. So these are 3 of the workers next to these boulders, and this is 87 years later. Another deer. So we are here, and this is what we still have to do. So we're halfway back. Oh, there's an old cabin back here, or what used to be a cabin. Huh. This is a pretty little waterfall, or cascade, or what do you want to call it? Is it a dry hole? It's tunnel number 23. Huh. Let's find out. Oh, it's on a fault line. So this tunnel collapsed because it was built on a fault. Yeah, I'm gonna go in there and see the other side. And here is the other side of that tunnel. Okay, I think we're right here. So we still have to go up here. Back into the tunnel. Oh, wait a minute. Nope. Gonna put my hood on. That is one dirty bike. Man, oh man alive. Now let's look and see how dirty my rear end is. Look at that. I look like I've been painting or something. Yeah, you're pretty filthy. How about you, John? Your back end. Oh. John loves cleaning bikes, though. You should drop it off at the house and John will clean it. 26 miles round trip. Hey. Go ahead and lift up your pants. Your shirt. I don't think it's doing any good. But... So, was it worth it? Some experiences promise magic, but deliver crowds, high prices, and a cruise ship vibe that leaves adventure gasping for air. This was one of those, although maybe it was the weather or the price. I would say it was worth it because I got to share it with family and also learn more about the history of the area. Definitely go midweek if it works with your schedule, but let me offer some nearby alternatives that are free and, in my opinion, more adventurous. Just 20 miles away is the Trail of the Coeur d'Alenes, a 72-mile free, non-motorized rail trail stretching from Mullen to Plummer, Idaho. I've done the complete trail, and I enjoyed it far more than the Hiawatha. I think there's a bald eagle over there. Yep, it is. Oh my gosh. If you're interested in experiencing tunnels and trestles, then I recommend you head west to the Palouse to Cascade State Park Trail, which crosses 2/3 of the state. Or if you're feeling less ambitious, then skip to the end of the trail for the 2.3-mile-long Snoqualmie Tunnel, where you can freeze for 20 minutes before seeing daylight.
Snoqualmie Tunnel.
Since this is a state park, you'll need the Discover Pass, which is a $10 per car fee, or buy an annual pass for $30.
Got our pass. We're ready to go.
The parking lot has bathrooms with pay showers. You can even arrange a shuttle for the 21-mile, mostly downhill ride between the tunnel and Rattlesnake Lake. Washington State has tons of trails, and you can check them out on Trail Link.
Okay.
Thanks for coming along on our ride. Because you stuck to the end, here's an update on John. He had his AFib and AFlutter procedure last week. We'll spend a couple of weeks healing, and then we will be hitting the road for another van expo, this time at Palisades Tahoe. If you plan on being there too, let me know in the comments. But our summer travel videos are not over. We still have at least 1,500 miles to go.
It's only 81. Feels like 90 to me.
It's gonna be a long summer.
This place looks amazing, and it's free. And I read about this. It's the smallest river in the world, well, at least the country. I don't think you want to get stuck on Ryan Island. What an amazing museum.